Hello everyone, I'm Polly and today we're planning my next island. As some of you may know, my next island is going to be inspired by my hometown and I'm not recreating my hometown, because first of all that would be super hard and second of all, I don't really want to share where I live. So this is going to be an island inspired by the vibes of where I live, basically my hometown. And when I'm planning an island, I like to start from like the general thing, like start with the most general thing and work my way up to the details. So the first thing that I had to basically determine was the vibe that I wanted for the island. That helps me kind of plan what time of day and year I plan on setting my DA and the items and colors that I'll use. So for this island, I want a vibe of a small town with a lot of nature surrounding and like a calm environment. There are like birds chirping and dogs barking. That's the kind of vibe, Where I live, there are like a lot of old people. This is kind of like the place where your grandparents live, So I also want that vibe, not only with the items and the island itself, but also with the villagers. But we'll talk about the villagers in a little bit. So, houses. That's a big part of a neighborhood, right? Because where I live, it's like a big neighborhood. That's the best way I can describe it. There are like not small houses, like there are big houses, but not like big buildings, just like singular houses or twin houses, townhouses, that kind of vibe. But the architecture is mostly Mediterranean or modern or contemporary, though there are some houses that have a mixture of architectural styles. I will focus more on the normal houses, like the normal suburban houses, Mediterranean houses, and the contemporary houses. Those are like the most common houses here. And of course that the villager houses also help because there are customization options that fits super well this theme, so that's a bonus because sometimes it's hard for me to include villager houses in some themes. Besides the buildings themselves, each house here has like a backyard and a front yard. Like there are a lot of yards with pools, very tidy yards. Some houses look a little bit abandoned and I also want to explore a little bit of that. But most houses will have like a nice garden with a pool on the back and just, tidy with pretty flowers. And honestly, a lot of the flowers from the game exist here, so that's going to be awesome. And also the bushes. Some bushes are also common here. And speaking of nature, when I do an island inspired by a specific place, I really like to use flora that you can find in that area. Even if I don't live in that place or I've never been there, I try my best to do some research in terms of flowers and vegetation in general because I like that type of accuracy. I know that for some people that might be a little extra and maybe it makes no sense. But I'm a very realistic person. I need to have that accuracy in my islands. There are a lot of different flowers and bushes, but there are also a lot of different types of trees, especially fruit trees. And surrounding all the houses, there are a lot of pine trees. There's like a pine forest, basically, and a lot of wild vegetation like fig cacti and just weeds and all that kind of stuff. So I really want this island to have that duality of being super tidy and structured, but also having that wild side, basically, with a lot of forest and all that. And also, I live near the beach, so this island will have beaches, and I will embrace the the coastline because I know sometimes I don't do that. I'm not saying that I will decorate every single beach on this island, but at least the bottom ones I will definitely decorate them and also use some buildings in those areas. And actually the beaches here have like these cliffs that I don't know how they're called in English, but they look like the in-game cliffs. So that's going to be awesome because I usually don't know how to hide the cliffs because I don't really like how they look. But in this case, they will make a lot of sense, which I'm super happy about. I think that's pretty much it in terms of the aesthetics, like what I'm going to use, like the vegetation, architecture details and all that. It will have like roads and sidewalks and all that on the neighborhood areas. I'm not sure if I will do like a big neighborhood or like little neighborhoods and then forest. Honestly, I don't usually plan my islands in that depth, so I kinda work, like I have ideas as I'm building the island. I kind of see what is working, what is not working, what I can fit in the island, what I have to leave for another island. Because you know, things are inside my head, but I don't often know how to place everything that I have inside my head. So it's kind of hard for me to explain how I plan my islands. I've done that before. I have a video explaining how, showing how I usually plan my islands, but the term plan my islands, I don't know if it's right because I have ideas for things that I want. I have the aesthetic, I have the visual cues and the visual references, but in terms of the island itself, you know, it's kind of all over the place, but I will try my best to come up with a reasonable plan today, okay? So just to finish off the part of the aesthetics and all that, I want to set this DA on spring, in May more specifically, and I will probably save the DA early morning because I think that's a good calming vibe. Like I can't really put dogs barking and birds chirping and just have a calm atmosphere. So that time of day I think gives the island a nice calming vibe. I've talked about the villagers that I want for this island in a video that I posted where I was villager hunting, but I wanted to also mention them in this video because I think that makes sense. I have like a big list of villagers that can work on this island, but there are some villagers that I really want to have on this island, and hopefully I'm able to get all of them. I will replace some of the villagers that I have on my island now. Some of them I even found while villager hunting, but the list consists of Alice, Audie, Bia, Blair, Bones, Butch, Drake, Elise, Felicity, Gloria, Gonzo, Greta, Kiki, Leopold, Lolly, Melba, Molly, Nan, Nate, Ozzy, Peggy, Pearl, and Shep. And the ones that I really want are Audie, that I already have, Bones, Elise, Felicity, Gloria, that is also on my island, Leopold is on my island as well, Melba, Nate, Peggy, and Shep. And like I said on the villager hunt video, these villagers are not like really like animals that you can find here. I'm looking more for like their aesthetic above all. I think they make sense, you know, because some of them are more fancy, that show like the more fancy like gossip women here. And then there are some villagers that look a little bit older, and some of them that look like they love their garden and love gardening. So I'm kind of going for the vibe of the villager and their aesthetic instead of picking villagers like animals that could live here. Now, in terms of planning my island and looking at the map, I want to have like the beach next to the airport, like surrounding the airport, that beach down there. I wanted to be like actual beach. I want to have snack bars and bars on the either in the sand or on the green part of the island, but it will be like more sandy and all that on that area. Then next to the airport, like a little bit further back, I wanted to have like a ramp and a road on the first level that leads to the town. Now, I don't really know how to do it. Like, I will have to put it back down at some point because I wanted to connect to the area where the resident services are. I think there's enough space for me to do stuff on the beach and have that road with forest and all that surrounding it. And I'm not sure if I will have like the resident services accessible from that road or if the road should go up and then there could be like forest surrounding the beaches on the left side, and then the town could be like on the middle of the island, but you know, I would have access to the base level again, and the houses would be down there, and the resident services would be part of the town, and surrounding it there would be forest, you know, with some hiking trails and stuff like that. I think that could work, but I need to see, like, in terms of space, if it makes more sense the road going up or going to the right and ending up at the resident services. So, you know, this is what I mean when I say that I don't really like to... It's not like I don't like, I just have a hard time planning these things because I always think that there's more space than there is or there's less space than there is. So things change constantly on my islands in terms of the places where things are going to end up being. For now, this is what I have planned. Maybe I'll add some more stuff, like maybe the right corner will also be a beach. We'll see. I was thinking of leaving all the villager houses on the town part, but maybe some of them could live on the beach because there are houses on the beach. So I'll have to see while I'm building the island, I guess. But basically a lot of forest surrounding it because that's the feel that this place has, like a forest surrounding it, then the town in the middle, and then an access to the beach. And that's pretty much it. And maybe I'll build some coffee shops and little grocery stores, you know, just give it a little bit of a small town vibe where people can like shop locally and stuff like that. But I think that's pretty much it for this island. It's great that I can just go outside and get inspired to work on this island, to be honest. But I think it's going to be a challenge nonetheless because I don't really have a lot of plans. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'll probably start by the entrance. I don't usually start my islands, or at least I don't always start my islands from the entrance, but in this case I have the entrance more like a better image of the entrance in my head, so I'll probably start from there and just work my way up, I guess. Like most people do, honestly. Let me know if you find this theme interesting or if you have like an idea that could work on this island. Thank you so much for watching and also for voting on the poll that I did. If you voted for this island, because this island was chosen, this theme was chosen by my subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would be forever grateful for that. Also like the video if you liked it. And you can also check my coffee. There's a little gift from me to you this month. Every single day there's a new gift on that gift. Like it is a gift with more gifts inside. So please check it out. The link will be in the description. And thank you so much for being here today and for watching. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!